Hey guys, welcome back to the homestead. I've got a little friend here to help me do this video today on the amazing Meishan Pig breed. This pig is a pig that we've decided to go all in on here at the homestead. So we're looking forward to telling you all about it. Let's get going. All right, so in order to know the Meishan, we have to get in some of the history. So the Meishan breed is one of the oldest, if not the oldest, domesticated pig breed on Earth. They originated from China in an area, I think it's pronounced Taihu Lake region. It's a subtropical region of China. There's been some other videos that say they came from Meishan, China, but that didn't exist until somewhat recently. So that general area, though, is where these amazing pigs come from. And over the millennia, they were selectively bred for very specific characteristics that would make them more usable for people in that region in China. Now, the history of how they came to be here in the United States: in 1989, the USDA, the University of Illinois, and the University of Iowa all got together and joined forces and received 99 Meishan pigs. They also received 49 other pigs from the region, but we're not gonna talk about those in this video. They got 99 Meishans here and distributed them between the three groups. In 2016, they decided that their research was complete and they weren't going to be doing any more conservation efforts on behalf of this pig breed, so they distributed them out to local farmers. The main group, actually the foundation herd, went to a man named Rico Silveira, who lives in Sweetwater, Tennessee, and he is no longer in the Meishan world, but he did start the Breeders Association, and he is definitely one of the big key members of why this pig is here in America today. So through him and his efforts and the American Breeders Association, they were able to put a conservancy together to save these pigs from extinctions. So now I'm going to get to why these pigs are the best pigs around. All right, so the number one reason why we love this particular breed of pig, I'm going to cover her, is because of the pork quality. The Meishans have a very dark red micro marbled meat that makes their meat extremely tasty. Doesn't like me saying that. When you compare it to traditional heritage breeds and commercial hogs, and like pork you see in the grocery store, you'll notice that they're more of a pink to white meat, and they have a low fat content, and they're basically tasteless in comparison to the Meishan pigs. They have been breeding these pigs because in the 80s and 90s, it was said that fat and lard were bad, so they wanted to remove them, so they selectively bred that trait out of that meat. And most of the pigs that had the higher fat content were eliminated from the production of pork. So there are multiple pig breeds that claim to be the Wagyu beef of pork or the best pork. So I want to talk about some of that. So you got the Idaho pasture pig, you've got the Coon pigs, you've got Mangalitsa pigs. We've had all these pigs. And why are they different? They all claim to be the Wagyu beef of pork. What makes these guys different and superior, in my opinion? The conversion rate is a big one for us. They can take a higher forage diet and convert it into a higher quality pork quickly. They produce butcher-sized pigs about 2 times faster than a coon and about 1.5 times faster than a Mangalitsa and an Idaho pasture pig, which puts them leaps and bounds ahead of the other pigs. The meat quality themselves is right up there with the Mangalitsa, if not better, and you will get a higher percentage of meat compared to the Mangalitsa. We butchered a Mangalitsa and got almost no meat out of it. So there is no other pig that is even close to this pig in comparison. That is why we have gone with this pig for their meat quality. All right, next is their temperament. So this is really important, especially for those with young children. Just a full disclosure, I want to warn everybody, all pigs that are large have a potential to hurt you. So I don't want to say, you know, don't have your guard up around any pig, even the Meishans, just because you want to be careful. This is a very docile breed. We had a Mangalitsa and it tore my son up. We had to go to the emergency room. He got stitches. The thing was a mean bully. Right, Jackson?
Right.
So all of our family was very timid around. That wasn't a good experience for us. We didn't like having an area we couldn't get there. So we had our boar over here, and he's a similar size to that other pig, the Mangalitsa that tore up my son, and we're not afraid of him at all. He's very friendly. He's maybe a little shy. He'll probably come up to us and say hi. These are pigs that will not harm us. So if you're looking for a pig that needs a little less attention, this is the right pig. The only time we've ever seen a little bit of aggression is out of a new mother who is just, you know, concerned about her babies. So Temperament, these guys are top notch. All right, so the next part of this video is feeding. So feeding requirements in Meishan pigs are very similar to other popular pasture pigs like coons, Idaho pasture pigs. They are really good at pasture raising and woodlot raising. Having them just graze on forage and having them go through empty woodlots and collect acorns and black walnuts, mushrooms, whatever they can find, whatever their heart's desire, is very, very important when considering a pig breed and raising those pigs, because that supplements some of the costs of feeding. Now, they've also been bred to convert food that may be a lower quality food into a higher value pork and still gain weight. This is something that other pig breeds cannot do. In fact, if you put just a regular coon or an Idaho pasture pig, or even worse, than a Mangalitsa on a pure pasture, they'll get malnourished, they'll get skinny, and they will not be healthy. Whereas the Meishan is very good at eating and processing that food. However, it's very important to know that they do need some kind of grain. They need minerals. You can't just put them out there and expect them to live and thrive. You still need a supplement. A regular pig needs about 6 pounds of food a day to grow, to stay healthy. A Meishan pig, if you were rotating their pasture, they will need 1 to 2 pounds of feed every day. That is considerably less and will cost you less money in the long run to raise a pig up to butcher weight. They are very gentle. They do not tear up pastures like other pigs. All pigs root to a tendency, but when we visited the heritage herd in Georgia at the Jensen Reserve, we noticed full-grown boars and full-grown pigs that were not tearing up pasture. This is incredible. This is something that we're not able to see with other pigs. So that is why feeding them, I'm scaring them, I'm sorry. That's why feeding them is so important, and that's why it's so awesome that these guys can convert the way that they do.
Well, my son today has asked me to talk about breeding. So breeding, they can reach puberty at 2.5 to 3 months, and young girls must be separated, of course, and allowed to reach at least 125 pounds before being bred. They're prolific breeders, and boars will know that their females are in season days before it's obvious to others. Females are set up perfectly for big breeds. These females have, on an average, believe this or not, 16 per litter. There are reports of litters reaching in the mid-20s. Oh my goodness. They have 16 to 20 nipples, and that helps them to account for the large litters they have because they have so many nipples. Most pigs have a max of 12. On our homestead, we have had 4 litters, believe it or not, 4 litters, 10, 10, 17, and 9. All were first-time mothers. So the jury is still out for us. They can have 2 litters per year.
Okay, so I want to talk about fencing. That's a question that a lot of people ask. So when we first got pigs, we had Idaho pasture pigs, and one of them is behind us, if you can see it in the background. She's a sweet girl. We still have her and love her. But we got her and her brother, and the second we put them in a wire mesh fence, they just plowed right through it. They just went through. It was like 2 minutes before they destroyed that fence, and we had to end up getting cattle panels in order to contain them. When it comes to the Meishan pigs, we didn't expect them to be any different, even though we were told that they were very friendly and gentle on fencing and they didn't like to test it. When you put a pig into a pen, you notice that they go around and they check the strength of the fence. They want to see what they can get away with. They want to see what they can do. So we put the Meishans like in a wire fence so they wouldn't even try to break free. They were very, very good at keeping the fencing under control. Now, the best possible way, if you really want to make sure that you're keeping your Meishans in control, is getting a hot wire, an electric fence. Just one strand would be plenty for this. They do not need a lot of wire. They will be accustomed to it, and then you won't even need to leave the electric fence on after a while. They just know that it's there. They're afraid of it. You can even let the weeds grow up around it, and they just kind of know that that's their border. So that's all you really need to do for fencing with these awesome guys. So I know I'm selling these up pretty good, and I have somewhat of a significant investment in these pigs with my children. However, you might be asking yourself, how do I get one of these pigs, and how do I know it's really a Meishan and not just a cross? Crosses happen all the time. Their genes are very strong, so it's hard to tell sometimes, but it is quite simple. The best way for you to find a pig is to go to the, I'll put it in the description, the American Meishan Breeders Association, and you'll go onto their homepage. They have a breeder locator section that you can click on. It'll have a map where all of the different breeders are who are registered. You can click on that. It's got contact information, and you can see if someone in your area has one, and then you can reserve one that might be coming up on one of their next litters. The American Meishan Breeders Association is also an extremely good resource. It was taken over by a lady named Laura Jensen, who's the current president. She is running an operation and a country store out in Georgia called the Jensen Reserve. We've gone out there and we took some classes down there with her on how to butcher them. She's got a lot of knowledge. She's shared a lot of information with us, which has helped us in our learning curve. So if you are interested in a pig, go to the website, check it out, see which breeders have piglets available, and we'll be able to help you get set up. Now, if you're concerned about what to expect, most of these pigs range from $300 to $600 depending on the genetics and how good of a breed quality is and its location. We also have to consider if there are like out in the middle of the country like the ones we got, you know, they probably aren't selling very good because people got to drive for 4 hours, so people are going to be paying a lot less for something like that. If you live near a bigger city like we do, you might be able to get a little bit more because it's a little more convenient for people. It really just depends. We did pay about $600 for our boar. He was in North Carolina, and he was really good breed quality. So you really, if you're going to breed, you want to pay for the good breed quality. So that's how you can get your hands on one of these pigs. All right, so in conclusion, why I think this is the best pig breed. It has to do with their fast growth rate compared to other heritage pigs, their conversion of forage and woodland pastures to high quality pork at a low cost, and their resistance to parasites and diseases. I didn't talk much about that, but that is very important that they are resistant to these things. It'll save you money in the long run, especially with deaths and other issues that other pig breeds come up with often. They can fight it a lot better. They are just amazing, and they have an amazing temperament, and the list really does go on and on. So I really do encourage you guys to get into this pig breed. It's the right pig, especially if you're a homesteader. Hopefully you enjoy this video. Hopefully you like this. If you're interested in our pigs, you can reach out to me in the comments, and I'll get a hold of you, and we can see if we can get you set up with one of our awesome pigs. So subscribe to the channel. Hopefully you'll learn something, and we'll catch you on the next video. Bye.